In this video, we're going to look at how we can style our cells, which includes adding a fill or adding a border to our cells. And we're also going to look at formatting our cells. With formatting our cells, we can change how the data in our cells are formatted. Do we want to have the date and time or just the date? When we show currency, how many decimal points do we want it to show? Let's take a look at styling and formatting our cells in Pages. Let's go to Pages. So we have our table here. And what I would like to do is I would like to go and style some cells. I want to change the color of individual cells. The first thing we need to do is we need to select our cells we want to go and change the style of. So I'm going to click on a cell here. And you can see that we have a dot in the upper left-hand corner as well as in the lower right-hand corner. These dots allow me to go and expand my selection. Right now, I can go and style just this one cell. But I want to go and include the cell below it. So I'm going to go and take my dot here in the lower right-hand corner and drag it down. You can see that the cursor changes, and I drag it down. I want to include the cells that are next to it. I take the dot and drag it over to the right. Now you're going to notice when you move your cursor around, you're also going to see that we have a yellow dot. If I move it over to the right, we have a yellow dot there. These are used for autofill, which we'll talk about in the next video. This will not increase the selection of cells for styling. We have to go to our white dot, which is in the lower right-hand corner, as well as the white dot in the upper left-hand corner. This is how we increase our selection. So now we have these 4 cells selected. I want to go and change the fill of these cells. To do that, we go up to Cell in the upper right-hand corner. And this is where we're going to change our data format, fills, and borders. We'll talk about data format later on in the video. Let's just go down to Fill. Over to the right, we have a number of different presets. If I want to make it green, you can see that those 4 cells are green. So we just select our cells and add our fill. And now we can also go and customize our fill. Click on the little triangle here, and I can go and add a gradient fill or even an image fill. If I go and select a gradient fill, I go and select what the colors are, and then I can also go and choose the angle. If we go over to image, I select my image, and then I choose how I want the image to be in there. Do I want it to be the original size, stretch, tile, scale to fill, or scale to fit? Let's go ahead and close this up. And we're going to go back to no fill. So that's how we can add a fill to our cells. Let's take a look at borders. Now with borders, what I can do is I can add borders to my cells. Now we have a number of different options here with borders. Over to the right, we have our presets. And from here, if I want to apply my border to the outside edge of my selected cells, as well as the inside edges of the cells, I select our first option here, and you can see we have our border around each cell. Let's go back and reset. If I just want it on the outside, I click on the outside one here, and now you can see it's only on the outside. Now let's say I just wanted to add a vertical line inside those cells. I would choose this line here. And now you can see we just have a vertical line. If I go and reset here, I click on the left side, it adds one to the left side. I click on the right side, it adds it to the right side. I click on the top, adds it to the top. So it's adding it to my selection. Let's go ahead and reset. We also have more options. Click on the triangle here, and I can go and choose the style, as well as the color and the thickness. So that's how we add fills and borders. We'll talk about conditional highlighting in another video. Now let's look at data format. Data format is how the data is formatted in our cell. Let's go and add a date here. I'm going to just type in May 1. Let's go over to our second one here and go May 2. I'm going to select them, drag out a little dot here and select, Now what I can do is I can go and format how these dates are in these cells. To do that, we go up to Data Format, go to Automatic, and let's go with Date and Time. And from here you can see it says January 5. I want to add the year in there. Select it, and let's go and choose the year. So we'll go January 5, 2014. And now you can see we have the year in there. So it's formatting how the data is displayed in our cells. Let's go and add some decimals in here. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and select them. And right now it is set for automatic decimals. I want to have 2 decimal points in there. So I'm just going to go and type in 2. Hit Tab to apply. And now you can see we have 2 decimal points. I want to make these currency. Go to Number, and we change it to Currency. We then choose what type of currency we want to show, and you can see we have it formatted for currency. So if we go up to Data Format, we have a number of different options for formatting our data in our cells. And then we can also just go and create a custom format. So that's how we style our cells as well as format our cells in Pages.